surprised if today's matchup turns into a grinded-out affair. The Texans are #1 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Packers, who will need to be sharp on offense. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he will find his man on the outside. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. That was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary, very key here in this one.
You have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They go play action here on 1st down. Surveying the field. Trying to lay one up deep, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
When it comes to J.J. Watt, we're about out of superlatives, aren't we? So let's just make this simple. One of the best to ever play the game.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. To throw is Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that'll be good for a Houston first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Give them 18 on that one, and it'll be a Green Bay first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
He'll give it here to his running back. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all.
So he rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
And he motions the wide receiver. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
No. Jack, Patrick, Detroit. Hurry up, here we go.
shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Short, they'll try under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, he really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Going left side, it's complete. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing is Wentz. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Their big-bodied receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, and all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
He'll look to throw. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He's got time. He sets to fire deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. And the wideout in motion.
No. Check, Patriot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And now out comes Houston. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
All right, here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well. And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game so that when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown. I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Wentz to throw on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Wentz. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And they're going to speed things up here. Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
Detroit!
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Here we go now.
They'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And now out comes Houston. And he motions the wide receiver. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Houston first down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a handoff as they run left side. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Well, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen. That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. And he's able to put it through. Is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they'll run it here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Packers a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he fends him off. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Williams. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Taken in at the 11. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Another pistol look here.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
All right, now look at 56. All right, here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Now,
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packer offense now ready to get back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are making it very difficult to find open space.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. out. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. Now Wentz will keep it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because it's almost...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's...
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Now the Packers get set to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. Wentz is going to let this one go deep. And got his man. Complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Wentz. And that is incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. First throw of overtime for Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Snipped out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now out comes Houston. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done. Now part 2. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards through the air and a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on 3rd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have.
And now the Packers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and that changes everything here in OT. So it's his second missed field goal here. That wouldn't have ended the game, but it would have given him a leg up in OT.
And that's got to invigorate this defense. They did their part. Now it's time for their offense to put together a drive and seal the deal.
Wentz now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Before that last pass, 2 interceptions had already been thrown. And this last one tipped in the air, which means everyone on defense is almost fighting each other in order to get to the football to try and make it a third. Once you've thrown a couple, it's almost like a swarm of bees going after the ball. And in this case, they weren't able to get there before it fell to the ground.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Wentz. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third down and 4. And now here's a carry heading left. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. And
now the Texans want to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And now this game. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So that will be their 3rd and final in this overtime session. And as they talk it over, we take a break. We'll be right back. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Packers, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.